Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is RJ. So today we're dropping in on Townstar. It's the last few minutes of the most recent competition that started on June the 28th. We're going to be checking out how we got on, what happened and where we ended up. So keep watching. Okay, and welcome to another video. And remember, if this is your first time visiting my channel and you want to learn more about how to earn cryptocurrency for free, about cloud mining sites, crypto investments and lots of other crypto related stuff, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to tag that notification bell so you're alerted to all my latest content as it comes online. Okay, so it is July the 2nd and the Townstar competition that started on June 28th is drawing to a close. You can see at the top here we only have 29 minutes left, and currently our ranking is 813. If we click here, oh no, if we don't click there, if we click here, you can see there 813th place. But I tell you, it has not been easy. But we'll get into that in a bit. Obviously, as probably most of you know, that the meta, if you look to the left-hand side of the screen, that was the meta. And basically, when all was said and done, everyone done the maths, it was basically a toss-up between Blue Steel and Candy Canes. Now, I would be really interested to hear from anybody that did a Blue Steel build. Because I have to say, I erred on the side of caution. I did consider Blue Steel, but I thought, no, I'm going to go Candy Canes. I'm just going to try and keep it simple. Basically, because I'd never, ever done a Blue Steel build before. So I just thought Candy Canes. I've done variations of Candy Cane builds the last couple of competitions. So I thought I would stick with it this time. But yeah, I would be interested to hear from anybody that did a Blue Steel build. And how did you get on? Where did you place? Because I have to say, I really expected Blue Steel to come flying through. Like anybody that did a Blue Steel build to come flying through at the end. But, obviously, I'm not checking the leaderboard all the time. I don't know what builds people are doing. But the whole time I've been playing, I've been steadily going up. I've just constantly been going up. And I really, at some point, thought I'm going to start just sliding back down as all these people that are doing Blue Steel would come through. But it just didn't seem to have happened. So, like I say, I would be interested to know if there was anybody out there that did Blue Steel. Or maybe the people that did Blue Steel were those people that had the Blue Steel NFTs, the NFTs that would aid you to do Blue Steel, and maybe they just got such a great start. I was never ever in front of them, so I don't know. But like I say, if you did Blue Steel, pop it in the post below this video and just let us know how you got on. Where did you place, and did you sort of come up through the field, or were you in the front all the time, because of your rush? I don't know. Anyway, I am very curious about that. So, basically my exploits in this competition, to be honest, I was really pleased with my start. I did, because as you guys know, I have a wool stand, a wheat stand NFT. So I thought what I'd do is I did a flower rush. So basically what I did was I stuck, what was it, seven windmills right next to my right next to my wheat stand. Each one of those windmills was receiving 2 wheat passively from that stand. So that was going really well. And I sold quite a lot. And then what I did was I then swapped over to sheep. Basically, because my NFT, my uncommon wheat stand will only support 8 all the way round. So obviously, if you'd got something like a legendary or even a rare, maybe, I think you can put windmills like have a 1 square gap between the wheat stand and the windmill, and then within that gap you can actually put feeders. So you could have like an outer row of windmills, an inner row of feeders, and then basically some sheep and a trough right near that. And then obviously, so you can do a combination of the two. I couldn't do that with mine, so I did my flour rush, then swapped over to sheep. And with sheep, you know, I think I'd got 5 sheep going within maybe the first hour or so. And I was doing, I was really pleased. I was getting, you know, well up there. I was in top 300 or something like that, top 400 maybe, and I was climbing. And then obviously within a very, very short period of time, I'd actually built up something like about 4 million, like in a real short space of time. Because obviously at the time, in this competition, as we know, flour was going to give you $85,000 in your bank every sale, and sheep was giving you, $130,000 in your bank every sale. And flour and wool make it very quickly. Wool isn't quite as quick as it used to be, but it's still a quick product to create. Wool, and we'll sell it like hotcakes. It was going really well. So basically, so then once I got to that point, I started actually making my build, like my full town. And for some weird reason, it just seemed to take forever. And I think it was because normally the competition would start in the UK for me 5 p.m. in the afternoon. So basically, what I would normally do with the build is that I would do my rush, I would get my fuel depot up and running, and then basically go to sleep, because that's when I would be building my money. So whereas this time, obviously, we built our money right straight away, and because the competition, the time was changed to 1 p.m. instead of 5 p.m, so that's 4 hours earlier in the UK. I was just lucky. I worked from home on a Tuesday, and so essentially I did my whole build in one day. I just did my whole build in one day, and flipping out, talk about excruciating. Jeez, I think I've only ever done it once or twice before, where I've stayed up through the night to do a build straight off, because I wanted to see how much of a difference it made. And to be honest, I actually don't think it really, for me, it made any difference. I sort of finished in around about the same place I would normally have done anyway. I just had no sleep. So anyway, so I got my full build done, and basically it seemed to have taken so long, even though we were selling wool and stuff like that. I'd ended up dropping right down to 1,789. So nearly 2,000 I dropped down to in the first day. But I was pretty confident with my build. To be honest with you, the biggest thing I did wrong with my build was, as you can see here, these are my candy canes, yeah. And what I didn't do, and stupidly I didn't do, I did not incorporate my power stations into my candy canes, because if I had done that, my candy canes would have basically been self-sufficient with energy. But instead, what I elected to do was basically have my 2 power stations constantly making energy, putting into a warehouse right next to it, just here, and then and then allowing my workers, Lollipop, the candy cane shop worker, to go and collect the warehouse. But that is huge amounts of time I've lost there. And that is what is basically one of the reasons why I've ended up in, 815th or 813th when we were in here, when we got in here. That's one of the main reasons, basically because my workers are spending too much time going to collect energy rather than basically just getting straight to work. So that was one of the biggest things I did wrong. So anyway, like I say, we were at 789th, and then it was quite funny because I got to 1,306 and I thought, oh, I got to take a screenshot. And it's so funny, right? And it obviously it's no one's fault, right? It's no one's fault. But because I've had such a bad run in these competitions recently, and every time it's like, oh, I woke up in the morning and Windows update had reset my computer. And then the next competition was I woke up in the morning and what was it? My antivirus had reset my computer. And I think something else had happened. A few other things had happened through Mayhem and all this. And I just thought, man, I says, it just sounds like every time I'm in a competition, I'm just sort of having to make excuses or, why I've done so bad. Or, because obviously I'm here in a channel talking to you, about Townstar, giving you advice. That was it. In one of the competitions, I even ignored my own advice, which I'd said to you guys, and and stuff like that. And I just thought, I just feel like I'm having to get to the point where I'm sort of having to collect evidence to say, look, this is what happened. So anyway, like I say, we were in 1,789th, right? We got to, so you can see here, 3 days, 12 hours, 24 minutes and 18 seconds. We'd got up to 1,306th. Yeah. So we then, keep going. We're going up 11:28, 9:41, and then so this 9:41 was in the evening, I believe, of the first day. And I'd got up to 941st or 41th. No, not 41th. Is it 41st? Anyway, and then basically I had to work. So I basically was out all day until about 4:30 in the afternoon. And I got home. I'd been at work all day. Tired, sweaty, all, that kind of thing, just hot offices and stuff like that. And I just thought, right, I'm just going to chill out, get myself a coffee. Got a Butte coffee maker. I love my coffee maker. Absolutely love it. It's one of those ones that has got like a fresh grinder. It's got a grinder built into it, but it also does ground coffee as well. So you can decide. Anyway, I'm babbling. So I got myself a coffee and I'm playing with the cat and stuff like that. And I goes to get my, the coffee maker goes beep, beep, beep. It goes to get my coffee. And the stuff looks like water. And I'm tasting it. It's like, that is horrible. What is up with that? And I look at the clock and all my settings have changed and the clock is flashing. And I'm like, you got to be joking. You got to be absolutely flipping joking. So I ran upstairs to my office and basically got in there and we dropped down to 984th. Now, I think the power cut had only happened about an hour or so, or maybe half an hour before I got home. So I was really lucky because obviously if it had happened earlier in the day, it would have been an absolute nightmare. Because so I was still in the top 1,000, because obviously that was the real big thing. The other real big thing with this competition is that people didn't like the fact that Gala had changed it to the top 1,000. And then on top of that, they dropped the amount of people that could win rewards in the competition. But also, they had lowered or basically definitely not increased the rewards to sort of balance that off. So they'd said, right, less people are going to win, but you're also going to win less. So, which really is not the right way of doing it. Okay, fair enough. Say less people are going to win, but then make your rewards a reflection of that. So make the rewards much higher. So then everyone has got a reason to be fighting rather than, what we've ended up with. So anyway, like I say, this was the second day, 2 days, 20 hours, you can see. And then we scroll through, so 924, 885, 867, 846, and then 8:33. 8:33 was yesterday. So we'd managed to get up to 8:33 by, I think it was last night. But yeah, it was not, I was not, before I was making jumps of like 20 places, 30 places at the time. And just that, that power cut, that bit of a setback, when I then came to, sort of get it all sorted, because obviously my computer was completely shut down. It took me 10 minutes or so to get it up and running, to the point where I'd got, Townstar on there and everything. And, just dropping down that 40 or whatever places, it just put me on that back foot. And then, it was just a lot harder to climb back up. I mean, the good thing is we are at 814th. And if you remember in the last competition that we had, which was for the Gusty Wind NFT, I finished in, I think it was 1,220, which if I'd stayed at that point, I would have received a rare NFT, a rare Gusty Wind NFT. But as I said in the video, 20 places out of the top 1,200, there is always a chance that we could have got into that top 1,200. So outside the top 1,200, you got a rare. Inside the top 1,200, you got an epic NFT. And I don't know exactly where I ended up, because Gala no longer post the finalized leaderboards, which personally I think is just rubbish. I just think it's rubbish because they're saying, I put a post on the Discord. They're saying they don't need to post the finalized leaderboard. Once all the cheaters have been removed, they used to do that. They used to post the finalized cheater board so we could all view it. They said they don't need to do that anymore because the Ledger of Truth now takes care of it. So, and we can trust it. But it's like, well, ever since any time they've ran that Ledger of Truth in the past, it's normally caused so many problems that they've basically had to shut it down to a point where it's just sort of a monitoring system rather than actually doing anything. And then we're meant to just go blindly, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. You're saying that's all taken care of, then we'll just trust you. No, I mean, in my opinion, that should still be posted. That finalized leaderboard should still be posted. So like I say, I don't know where I ended up, but I can tell you I did end up with that epic NFT. So cheaters were removed, and we either gained 20 or even over 20 places to end up inside that top 1,200 to claim that epic NFT. So as we're at 814th, there is still a possibility we could end up in the top 800. Now, if we look at the rewards over in the left-hand side, the top 1,200, you can see from 1,000 up to whatever. Not top 1,200, top 800. So from 1,000 to 801. I think you can see it's 100 Gala. From 800 to, I think it's 601. Yeah, it is 601. You're going to get 200 Gala. So, like I say, that makes a big difference. And if I, when all the cheaters are removed, we could end up in that top 800, therefore claiming 200 Gala as opposed to 100 Gala. So what I'm trying to say to you guys, if any of you are really close to that top 1,000, something like 1,010, 1,020, possibly even right out to 1,030, something like that, there is a real chance you could still get in and earn yourself 100 Gala. There's a couple of guys that were on my Discord, that that were really, really close. And, you know, one of them was sort of sliding down and the other one was sort of moving up. I think they were sort of going to meet in the middle at some point. But, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure where they ended up, their final position was. But at the end of the day, if they're close enough, you know, I mean, I was just encouraging them. A couple of them were just saying, "Oh, that's it. I'm out. I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna leave it." Blah blah. But they were like they were still in the top 1,000, like something like 930 or 960 or something like that. I mean, you know, and they were just convinced, you know, that was it. But it's like, man, you know, just hang on. You know, just keep battling away. See if you can tweak your build just a little bit more to get a bit more out of it. And, you know, you never know. And that's what I'm trying to say to you guys is, obviously, if you're down to something like 1100th or, you know, possibly even, 1050, 1060 area, you're probably not going to get in. But if you're around, 1000, like I say, 1020, 1030, you have got a real chance of getting in once those cheaters have been removed. Admittedly, the better they get this Ledger of Truth, I don't know, like I say, none of us really know at what stage the Ledger of Truth is even at. But if it is working, the better and better they get it, that sort of removal of cheaters is probably going to get less and less. Obviously, I'm not 100% sure. I think that the guys over at Gala still do monitor what is going on, and if they see people, or because in the Discord there is still a category where you can report suspected cheaters. So clearly the Ledger of Truth is not doing the whole job, because they are also relying on players to send in screenshots of the leaderboard and whatever to say, I think this person is cheating. I think this person is, doing something dodgy or whatever. Because if we go into my leaderboard, I'm not sure if it shows on mine. No, it doesn't, does it? No, it doesn't show on mine. I don't. On other people's, you can see, what people are making per hour and stuff like that. And that's what a lot of people are using. Is actually on the leaderboard. It's showing like up here, my last hour, I did 140,535 points. Now, this script is a new script. It's not the script that I normally use. I did mention I think I mentioned it in my stream, that I am going to be doing a review on this script. And what I love is you can, you don't have to keep going into the leaderboard to see your ranking. It's right there. You can see how much you are earning the last hour, what it was, or maybe that's an average for the last 3.66 hours, and then if you want, that's actually a reset button. That's actually a reset button, which allows you to reset that whole thing, and then it will obviously start building up again. Also, you have the tick boxes, and so that means that you can rather than just have a constant your production monitor right here, which you would have on the old system, just taking up screen space, you can basically simply select an item like mint. We can click on that and it comes out and it says there, I've produced 522.88 per hour, and then I've sold 46.32 per hour. So that really helps you with those stats. You can see that basically this is what I had to do as well. Is I actually, when we dropped down to 984th, I stopped selling sheep, because sheep only give you 280 points. So because I recently got myself an epic styling ride NFT. If we go over here, you can see what I did was I set it up. Also got a solar panel. Yeah, that was just before the competition, because I realized I needed it to do this, because I was thinking of doing blue steel. was I set up these 3. I wanted to set up 4, but I ended up having to have 2 because 2 pier boats, trade ships, the pier boat trade ships. I had to have 2 because I was producing so much so fast, and because I ended up so far away from a city, which again is something I always say don't do. But I ended up, it wasn't that far, but it was a minute and 37 seconds to the nearest city. That basically all my sales were being delayed because they were having to wait around for one pier boat. So I had to set a second one up, which is where my 4th lumber mill should have gone. So instead, we only had 3 lumber mills producing oak barrels. If we click on the oak barrels, you can see we were producing 85.27 per hour, and we were selling 84.47 per hour. So, again, it's because, and the reason for that, sorry, I didn't say, is like I say, sheep only give you 280 points per sale. Oak barrels give you over 600. Oak barrels give you over 600 points per sale. And because I'd got these NFTs anyway to do the blue steel build, I just thought, well, I might as well use them because it might be the only way or only chance I've got to get back up there. Because after we dropped down to that 984, for quite a while, I was selling wool and not going anywhere. I was not going anywhere. I was just hanging around that 980 area, basically. So that's why I was like, right, I've got to do something. And this is what we did. And as you can see, we're at 815th place. And, a minute ago it said 811. So we are still very slowly creeping up. Right, we only got 2 minutes left. So, you can see here, if we click on the candy canes, we were producing nearly 100 candy canes. And like I say, had I sorted out the passive energy to my candy cane shop, we would have probably been over 100 with no problem. We would probably been maybe 110, something like that. Absolutely no problem. But like I say, it was a mistake that I made. And and obviously one that I'll try not to repeat in the future. Okay, so if we scroll out, you can see my build. This is my build. Obviously, it is fairly NFT laden. So a lot of you, if you don't want to use this build as like a pattern, you can do, but you're not probably going to get up to 100 or whatever. I mean, obviously you could do this, the candy cane shop, like I say, with the passive energy, so do it a lot better than I've done it, basically, and you might well get really close. There's a guy in my Discord, and I think this was only his one of his first competitions. He planned his whole town out on Cool Whip, the little thing that you can build. Actually, this one has built into it. This thing, this is all to do with the script. You can just sort of click on that, and it will bring that up, and which really helps because obviously you can plan it out. He'd done that, and even doing that, and not having a huge amount of competition experience, he still managed to get 85 an hour with no NFTs. So like I say, if he had maybe a few more competition experience, he could well have easily got up to where I was, or at least up to 90 or 90 plus without any NFTs. I like I say, this one, my styling ride, I purely bought that to do the blue steel, but like I say, I wasn't going to use it in this build, but needs must. We had to do something drastic to get our points up. Okay, so we got 19 seconds left, 17, 15, so like I say, that's it. That is sort of the build. Oh, did we manage to scrape in one last sale? Wow, that's so cool. We're not going to say. We're not going to get the payoff though. Okay, so look, it says here the next competition is going to be in 9 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 50 odd seconds. And and that is disappointing. But Gala did state that the competitions now are going to be bi-weekly. They're going to be bi-weekly. So they're not going to be every week. The only thing I can suggest to you, if you're not happy about that, is go along to Gala's Discord and just keep saying it. I think the sad thing is that Townstar is the only game Gala have running fully. We all love the competitions, because rather than just going, because the thing is if they turn this, if they say got rid of all the competitions, if they got rid of all the competitions, what this game will become is everybody will just go in there, set up 4 or 5 sheep to complete the daily tasks. Or, what is it? What does it get up to about? I think the highest amount it gets up to about, 10,000 or something. Maybe even less than that. Points required to claim your town coin through the month. That's all that it'll end up. It'll end up with people just setting up a load of sheep that gains you 280 points every hour. Or I could set up my oak barrels, which does me 630, 650 an hour or something like that. Yeah, and that's it. That it'll just be that little thing. No one will use the full tile. It will just be a small little town to collect your points. We'll log in half an hour, maybe an hour, waiting for the points to build up, and then log back out. And that's exactly what I would do. That's exactly what I would do. I would just log in, claim my points, and log back out. Because there's no reason for me to be in there any longer. Right now, the reason is practicing builds, trying different builds, trying to master builds I haven't, like such as blue steel. That is the reason why people are spending so much time on the P2E servers to practice for the competitions. Take away the competition, what reason has anybody got to be in that server for any longer than they need to be to claim those coins? No, they don't. No one has any reason to be in there any longer. So like I say, they've gone bi-weekly. Are they just going to completely phase out the competitions? Because if they are, like I say, they're no one's going to be spending any time in there at all. And it's a bit sad because it is at the moment the only competition, the only game rather that's running and basically working okay. We have little glitches now and again. It seemed to have worked really well actually through the competition. Although I did have a couple of weird moments with my placing a couple of times early on in the first day. I think I made a sale. In fact, I did it about 5 times. I made a sale. I would then jump like 30 places on the leaderboard, and then I'd look away from my monitor and look back, and I'd lost 20 places, and so in fact I'd only gained 10. And it happened to me about 4 or 5 times. So I don't know what that was. That for me is a rollback essentially, but I wasn't cheating. I wasn't doing anything I shouldn't have been doing. So it's sort of like I don't understand why that was. So again, if there's any of you guys out there that experienced something similar, it happened, like I say, it happened to me about 4 or 5 times that I made big jumps, and then essentially loads of those places were taken back from me, and I was dropped back 20 places. So like I say, I only actually made up 10. So like I say, I'm not sure what that was about. I think it's connected with this Ledger of Truth, and it's still picking up something that is not working right. And also as well, I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you went on to the in-game auto sell, fuel was not available to sell. There was no fuel. You couldn't click on on the fuel to sell it using the in-game auto sell. Thankfully, we don't use that. But I actually did put a post on the Gala Discord asking if they'd removed it as part of the game, basically so you weren't allowed to sell it. So that's what, because obviously with our external scripts, we could still sell it because it wasn't affecting us. And Mal at the Gala Discord said no. He said basically anytime someone set up the fuel in the auto sell, in the in-game auto sell to sell, it was causing a bug in the system which was screwing stuff up. So that's why they removed it. So yeah, so again, you know, it's still not perfect. It's still not working right. I mean, we're still not even out of beta, and they're sort of possibly hinting at the point of taking away the competitions, which is the main reason why people play. You know, really, at the end of the day, it's the main reason why people play. So, you know, basically, I'm just going to play while the competitions are on. Obviously, I'm going to save up my Gala and my town coin. And, yeah, and if they totally remove the competitions, I might well stop playing. I might well just sell all my NFTs and just stop playing. I might, you know, just see. I'll just see. And then I'll just hang on to my Gala. I might just then withdraw my Gala to my external wallet because my external wallet will take Gala at the moment. It won't take Towncoin, but it will take Gala, and then just hodl it and just wait and watch to see what happens with the platform. And then if the platform starts going up hugely and I've got like a few thousand Gala, you know, I'll probably just sell them. I'll probably just sell them. Which is disappointing because, like I say, I love this game. I actually love playing this game, and I'm not, like I said in my stream, I'm not a huge gamer, but because of the strategy aspect of this game and the competitions, and obviously we can earn through the platform as well, and win. So we win Gala tokens and we can earn Town Coin. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm here. So, like I say, if those competitions get totally knocked on the head, you know, I might not be on this platform, you know, after that. You know, I might not be playing after that. But anyway. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. And for those of you that are interested in that earlier video that I talked about, it's probably on your screen right now. So get clicking and get watching. And if you can smash that like button, it really supports my channel, which then helps me bring more content to you. So take care, have a great rest of your week, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.